Hey friends, let me know if you can hear me. How are you? I gotta light my candle. Alright, I'm gonna use this. I always try to trim the wick because if not they get out of control. Ooh. This is Pink Sands. It smells amazing. How is everybody? My lovely Desiree is in the chat. How are you? I can hear you and see you clearly. Yay! Okay, perfect. Thank you for being here. I hope you had a fabulous day at work. I had a partial day today, so that was kind of nice. Trista, hello. Chris, you have your coffee and your smoke. How are you? That's amazing. Thank you for coming in. How are you? How are you? How are you? Work was work. Yeah, I get it. I get it. As per usual, I got a ton of stuff done today, and half of it wasn't on the list, but that's okay. It got done. I'm doing live readings today. No flip throughs, no new decks, no, we're just gonna jump right in. And I'm using my, let's see, I'm using a set of collage decks today. So I have my Metamuse and I'm pairing it with Cosmic Crossroads. This is a new one. I've had this for a while, okay? A super long time. I just haven't used it. And then I broke it out on Truth Wave and it was great. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use it. So I'm pairing that with my Metamuse. I have my Iris. I have my Outgrow Yourself. So we're ready. We're ready. Hi, Ascending Universal Butterfly. It's good to see you. Ascending, if you ever wanted me to call you something different, I'd be happy to. Just let me know, okay? But, if not, I will continue to call you Ascending Universal Butterfly because I think that name is awesome. Truth Wave. Oh, I bought this deck last summer and then I never used it. And then I used it during the Truth Wave live readings last time and it went over pretty well. So I was like, you know what? I want to continue. I will not be on Truth Wave tonight. Victor has he got an extra weekend with Boyo, so no cards tonight. Just call me Butterfly. My pleasure. That's amazing. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, you cracked me up. It's funny because when I look at the chat, I see the orange butterfly, but then when I look at it on the phone, it's the blue butterfly. So I love that. Oh my goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. So let me see. Let's pull a card for the collective. And I'm going to use the Oracle deck, the Cosmic Crossroads. Hey, Sharbatty, how are you? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. And then, so I'll use this deck, and that way you can see how it reads, because it's really pretty. I don't know why I never used this deck. Okay. Desiree and I were talking about this the other day, like, I did a reading last night and I pulled 12 cards out, which is very unusual for me. I usually don't use that many cards when I'm reading. But Desiree traditionally uses that many cards in her readings. And I was like, I think if I pull one card, I could speak on that card for quite some time. But I think that's more of like a way that I use to kind of um, flex that muscle, right? Like work out that intuition to see how far I can take it, so that when I do live readings, then I can say more than just the keywords for the card, right? So, anywho, I pulled out a card from this deck. Look how beautiful this is. This is Hope. And if you like angel numbers, this is number 22. And I'm feeling like a lot of people right now could be needing this message more than anything. I feel like there's a lot of heavy energy in the world right now. There's so much going on, particularly in the US. And times are rough. Things are a little bit scary, and it could at times feel a bit hopeless. So I love that this card is coming out. It's a beautiful image. I kind of love how we see the back of the person, and for me that kind of looks like a portal, right? It could be like an invitation to step through a portal, of course, to see what's on the other side. But think about a portal, because in everyday life we're not going to see a portal like this. But how do you define portal? What does a portal look like to you? A portal allows you to step into something new. A portal could be easy as a door, right? You step through the doorway, right? You cross that threshold. It could be walking from inside your house outside your house. It could be stepping onto a train or a bus, but it could be so many other things. And I saw a video once. I felt inspired by it because she literally like outlined, she got a book and then she put down every single thing that she would consider to be a portal. And it was fascinating. I was just like, "Oh my gosh, like she would just really went above and beyond." With the whole portal thing. But it's so true. Like there's so many things that allow us to cross a threshold and step into something new. It could be picking up a book. A lot of times when we read books, we step into that space. With a book is different than a movie, because in a movie, you see everything on the screen, right? There's no room for imagination. I mean, you can guess what's going to happen next, but it's not the same as reading a book. When you read a book, your mind creates in your, here in your mindscape, it creates what that looks like, what the characters look like, how they must have reacted to something, or what they look like when they did X, Y, and Z. So I feel like a book could definitely be a portal to step into something different. It could be going into a meditation, right? It could be scrying. If you like to scry, I'm not a big scryer, but I do love to scry when I do like an outdoor fire. I love to look at the fire and scry through the flames. I also like to look at the embers and see kind of what I see. And a lot of people like to scry with the sky, with water, with crystals. So it just depends. Old books smell so good. Oh my gosh, you're not kidding. Becky Fulton, hi, how are you? Thanks for coming in. We're doing live readings tonight, and this is just a card that I pulled for the collective, mostly to show this card and to show kind of how it would read in a reading. But I think what I like about this deck is when you go to the booklet. Hey, Lori, how are you? When you go to the booklet, it tells you, of course, it tells you a little bit about like about the card Hope, and then it gives you a ritual and it suggests different tools. So, for example, for the ritual for this card for Hope, it tells you that a candle could be a tool. Which that reminds me, you could sit with a candle and let your eyes like relax into the flame and scry just from that. So I love that. There's a lot of people that scry with candlelight. But let me get back over here. All right, so you can scry, or sorry, for the tools, you could use a candle. You could use frequency music. I don't know if any of you, I love frequency music. I like to work to frequency music or journal. And at nighttime, I like to put it on before bed too. And it's suggesting 963 hertz. It's also suggesting incense and matches. And then for the crystals for hope, almandine garnet and tiger's iron. So I do have a very tiny piece of almandine garnet, and it's beautiful. You cannot tell the beauty of the crystal until you put it to the sun and the sun goes through. Oh my God, it's spectacular. But I'm not familiar with tiger's iron. I don't own tiger's iron, so I'm not sure. Your mama is so angry. Do you play an instrument? Well, handy. I have a bell. I play that. I play that. I have this, and I play this sometimes. This is not the right hertz. This is 741, but this is the one that I like. So I play this. And I also have a drum, so I like to play that as well. I do that for grounding. Okay, let me see. Did I miss something in the chat? Hold on. I know Lori came in. Lori's going to the store real quick. Okay. Oh, Becky. It's the anniversary. Okay. I'll read for you, okay? I will read for you. And then we have some newcomers. Yagami. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Alex Colmer. And let me see. Luvi, hi, how are you? And welcome. All right, so let's do a reading. Let's do a reading for Becky and kind of see what messages come through. Okay. All right, Becky. Becky lost her dad a year ago. She was at his bedside when he crossed over. And she is wondering if he sees her. If she sees her, hold on. Am I taking care of my mama? Okay. That's a heavy weight to bear, Becky. And I'm glad that you love your mama that way and you want to take care of her and be there for her. But that's a heavy load. All right. A message for Becky. Oh my, you're not going to believe this. This is what came out, Hope. I literally just had this card. I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled and it came back out again. Hope. Presence. This one's a little bit difficult. Let me see. Does that come through okay? I don't know if it's very clear. This one is presence. Mm. And then the last card is change. All right. This is a very, very beautiful message for you, Becky. I'm using oracle cards for this because I feel like this would be best for your question. So your dad crossed over, and you were there. You were there at his bedside, but now a year has passed, and you're doing your best to take care of your mama, and you have questions. You're wondering, can he see you, and does he know, are you taking good care of your mom? So those are your questions. I feel like he does, because we have the card of hope. We were just talking about the portal. So it, what I'm seeing here is this is you here in the 3D existence in our everyday life. And the portal is how you can get a hold of him, how you can reach him, how you connect with him is through that portal. And so what that tells me is that yes, not only is he present and watching over you, but you can connect with him at any point in time. If you are a praying person, you can do that. If you meditate, you can visualize a meeting with him. If you like to journal, you can write a story, write something for him. So there's different ways that you can do that. You can ask him to come into your dreams and to show you a sign or give you a symbol, right? I did that once. I asked of someone who crossed over, if you are near me. I did this at night before bed. I said, if you are near me, please show yourself in the form of a butterfly. And then I went to bed and I forgot all about it, right? And I was literally inside my home like the whole entire day. I think I went outside once for about 5 minutes around 6 o'clock. It hadn't set yet, but it was about to go down. And I have a little like porch swing. I sat in the porch swing, and a few minutes later, I'm not even kidding you, a white butterfly came. I was in the lanai. It flew up under the lanai and it got my attention and it flew away. And I sat for a moment thinking, like, how curious. But then I remembered what I had asked the night before. And so that was spirit confirmation, right? For some people, it's when they see a ladybug or a dragonfly or a feather, when they find a feather. So you can ask for a symbol so that when you see that, you know that he's close to you. Okay, so that's what I'm going to tell you with that card, hope. I feel like it's a portal, and I feel like it's an invitation. I feel like he's letting you know, honey, I'm here and you can talk to me whenever you want. This could be a mirror. It could just be sit in front of your mirror and talk to me. It could be as simple as that. So I think he is watching. And here's another confirmation, presence. He's saying, I'm here. I'm present. I may not be, like, I don't know if you could see, this is like a beach area here, and there's people kind of walking along the shore. And then there's this, maybe that's a moon. But you can see that the light is shining down here. So I feel like he is present, but not in the way that you're used to. He's present, but not in the way that you're used to, but he's still there. He's still there. And I think what he wants to say is that he knows that this has been a jarring change, right? Not just for you, but for your mom. He knows that there's been a lot of tears shed. You see this angelic form right there? He knows. He knows that it hasn't been easy, but he is there for you, to love on you and to support you. You're doing the best that you can with what you have at this moment in time. And it's not easy for your mom, right, to overcome something like this. It's something that takes time. And a year is a long time, but not long enough to recover and heal from this kind of loss. And so you're doing the best that you can, but right now I feel like you really have to focus on taking care of you. Make sure that you take care of you. Make sure that you are getting outside, that you are managing your own feelings and emotions, because in order for you to take care of somebody else, you have to take care of you. You know how they say, if you're in a plane, the plane's going down. When that air thing comes down, you put it on yourself before you put it on somebody else. So you got to take care of you, so that then you could take care of your mom. So that's my message for you, sweetie. And I hope that you're able to connect with him in a way that makes sense for you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for letting me read for you. I know that's a very sensitive topic. Well, thank you. I feel like this deck was perfect for that. I can't believe that the Hope card came out twice. Wow. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? And how's your journaling going? Friends, if you're not connected with Theresa over at Wounds to Wisdom, please make sure to check out her channel. She hosts weekly chats twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays usually. And I really love her content. She always has great conversations, and she doesn't drone on and on. She has an agenda, a topic. She manages that discussion, and then she ends it at, usually around the hour mark. So, oh, thank you, Daphne. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I don't know if I missed anybody else. Oh, Mo. Hi, Mo. How are you? I got to get back to work. Okay, enjoy. I've been missing your videos, Mo. Need to see more of your doggo and the beach. I always find those so healing. Carolina, hi, how are you? How are you doing, friend? It's good to see you. All right, did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. Okay, so let's move on to the next person, which is Daphne. Okay. AI has got me going in all directions. Any advice? Okay, so when you say AI, does that mean the way that you're using AI, or the way that AI is impacting your life? Let me know what that means for you. There's a lot of the way that I'm using AI. Okay. All right. So that is helpful. I know, like, AI is exciting and scary at the same time, right? Because there's so much that you can do so much faster. But I get what you're saying. So I'm going to use this deck here, Outgrow Yourself. I feel like this will have just what we need for this question. So, for instance, giving it pictures of people who passed and asking it to do what with the photos? Like family. Okay. All right. Yeah, I use AI for very specific reasons, right? If there's something that I'm trying to do, if there's something I'm trying to learn, something I'm trying to research, um, how to do something with ease. So I have very specific, but I know people get really, really creative. I know a lot of people, even here on YouTube, will upload their photo and have it create like thumbnails and different things like that. But I know I'm sure that you can do even more. You know, I have used AI to help me create images when I can't find images, or if I want to include images in my videos and I don't want to have any like copyright infringement, I might use AI. Like I remember I did a video and I was talking about, you know, the guy back in the day, like in the Roman times, that laid on the chaise with the little green thing, and he had servants that were like fanning him, and then the lady servants feeding him grapes. And I couldn't find any pictures like that. So I asked AI to create it, and it did a decent, it took forever, but it did a decent job. So um that's, you know, that's that. Hi John, how are you? Sometimes it feels like aliens are watching me. They are. Haven't you ever been to Truth Wave? There's that alien that sits on the toilet in there. Viviana, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. You guys, I want to give a shout out to my channel members. So shout out to Miss Desiree and to Viviana. Both are channel members, and we have been working very closely together. We're currently studying the Thoth, and it's been a lot of fun. So thank you so much. And thanks for coming in tonight. So all right. We are going to Sharbadi says, I use AI to make my images for my videos and my music. That was the other thing I was going to say. Today I was on Vicky's channel, Foodies. What is her channel? Foodies Vacations or Foodies Travels, something like that. Anyways, I was on her channel, and she said that she uses AI for the theme music that she plays in the background because she doesn't want to mess with copyright infringement. And I was like, oh, that's brilliant. I love that, because there's so many times that you want to use something, but then I remember Victor at Truth Wave, he had a song that was available to be used, and he used it for years. And then all of a sudden, the song was no longer able to be used, and he had to go back. Listen to this. He had to go back and remove the song and replace it from like 70 videos, something like really insane. It was a lot of work, you know, because something little like that could threaten your channel. So, okay. I pulled out a card for you, and what happened, Carolina? What happened? What happened? Tell me more. AI, advice for AI. Here is, I pulled this card for a reason because I knew it would have like an answer, and this is something that perhaps only you know. Hey Fatima, how are you? Here's the card. You can see it's quite interesting, but what I want to do is read you down here the question. What do you need to take the first step? What do you need to take the first step? Hey, Michael Stevens, what do you need to take the first step? So, what is it like? Your question is very general and very vague, right? AI has me going all over the place. What's my advice? Well, what the card is saying is, well, what exactly is it that you're trying to do? What is it that you need? What is it that you need? Why is it that AI is kind of driving you crazy? Is it because it's giving you too many ideas, making you think too much? It's not working the way that you thought. It's working too good the way that you thought. It's suggesting things that you never thought of. Like, what is it exactly about AI that is making you feel that way. The keyword on this card is works. Works. And, everybody knows what work means, but if you have like witchy vibes, a lot of people, when they do rituals and different things like that, or even spells, they call those workings. So I'm just curious, like, what it is that about AI in specific that is causing this hang up for you. I see. Oh, okay. All right. Iliask 7668. Hi, how are you? Boa notte. Voltaire, boa notte. Thanks for being here. Welcome. I don't know how to say it in Portuguese. Oh, Fatima's here. Fatima, how do you say welcome in Portuguese? I just know in Spanish, bienvenido. I'm Spanish. I'm from Puerto Rico. Hi, Debs. So, okay. Daphne, I don't know where you went. Oh, because of the images he creates are real and it feels messy. Okay. This is the second card that just flipped out. Don't forget to water your plants. And I feel like I don't think this is telling you don't forget to water your plants. I feel like this is a reminder. Don't forget to keep it real. Don't forget to keep it real. The keyword on this card is the sun. And the sun is a card of action, of optimism, positivity, of motivation. And I feel like you should continue tinkering with AI, but you got to keep it real, right? And what do you need to take the first step? If there's a project that you are going to AI for, like have a solid idea in your mind of what it is exactly that you are trying to do so that you don't, because AI can be like a lot of things. It could be a rabbit hole. You start out with one thing and then you go in there and like hours will pass and you jumped from one thing to another thing to another thing. So that's kind of what I'm getting from these cards. Hopefully this makes sense to you. Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm a Spaniard. Carolina. Carolina the Spaniard. Belleza. Belleza. Debs is here. Oh, by the way, Debs, I saw your link and it worked. So thank you for sending me the link. Thank you for sending me the Amazon link. It does make sense. Okay. My pleasure. Muchas gracias. Oh, so sweet. All right. So that was for Daphne. And then I'll move on to Luvi. Luvi, I'm going to apologize right now if I'm saying that wrong. But you're next if you're still here. I have Spanish in my bloodline. Moi aussi. That's French. I have I am 30% Taino, which is indigenous. But then after that, my next greatest percentage is Portuguese. And I did not know that until I did my DNA. I didn't realize what a great percentage of Portuguese I had. Okay, Luvi is still here. Awesome. All right. Muchas gracias, señor. Look at John breaking out the Spanish. Espanol. Nice. John. All right. Yes, I'm still reading, Miss Theresa. I'm still reading. And Desiree can put you on the list. Okay, talk about Leo Messi. Leo Messi. Okay. Louis. Okay. I will move in with a lover of interest in June after my graduation month after high school. Okay. So that's a statement, right? That's something that you're planning on doing. So are you like curious how it's gonna go, or what's your question about that? Which and also, congratulations on the upcoming graduation after my graduation month after high school. So that means that you're possibly, quite young. Let me know. Let me know. And then, yes, yes, Leo Messi. First of all, who is that? Or is it the sign Leo? And is Messi a person? Muito obrigado, senor. Senor. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Thank you, Fatima. Okay. Ruby, okay, will I move in? Okay, so you are asking if you will move in with them. Okay. So, Ruby, can I ask you a couple of questions? If you, like, let's say that you do move in with this person, are you working after high school, or is this person going to be like taking care of you? For your question, I'm using the Muse Tarot. Leo Messi is a soccer player. Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, Viviana, is Leo Messi in some kind of trouble? Like, is he in the media right now? Did he do something? Is that why people want to know what my opinion is about Leo? I don't have opinions about people that I don't. How can I have opinions about people I don't know? Okay. I'll try to find a career that I want in. Okay. All right. Well, we got to know, right? Because that changes the situation. If you move in with another person, but you're fully independent, then you have a lot more power in the relationship than if you move in, but you're relying on them to care for you. In that situation, you kind of lose your own power, and you have to like kind of go along with whatever that person wants. So, that's super important. That is super important. Not that I know. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull cards for Luvi right now. Luvi is the next one on the list. After that, I have Michael Stevens, then Ilias, then Theresa, and then Walter. Okay. That's the list right now. Right now, I'm working on Luvi. Will I move in with my lover of interest? Will I move in? That's a yes, no question. Will I move in? Ooh, this is saying I don't know. This card says I don't know. This is the Seven of Cups. You see that there's 7 cups. Can you see the card okay? This is the Seven of Cups, and each cup has a different option, right? So for me, this means there's choices. There's choices. You have choices, they have choices, and sometimes what this could mean is that there's so many choices that we're not sure which one we want to commit to. And some of them could be a little bit on the fantasy side. Like sometimes we daydream, right? About decisions. Like, oh, would it be so nice if we did this, this, and that? And then we get distracted, and then we get pulled away from the actual question at hand, which is, will you or will you not? So in this card, you know, one of the cups has a woman. The other cup has someone who's covered, right? The other cup has a snake. That could be transformation and change. Then there's a castle. There's like a little bit of a celebration. There's a victory card. And there's a second snake. But that one is tangled. So it could get messy, right? So this card tells me, I don't know, there's too many things. There's too many things. And I'm going to pull a card from the Oracle deck. I know it's a yes no question, so it's kind of hard. Elias, is this magic? No. No. I don't do magic tricks. I'm sure there's channels on YouTube that do that though. I don't know. Oh. Shoot, Luby. The card that came out was this one, regret. Oh, I would think about that. I would think about that because you have the card of regret coming up here. I feel like it might be nice, right? When we have feelings for a person, we want to be with them. But there's so many other things that are so important. Like this is a very pivotal time for you. You're just at the beginning, you're starting out your life. You have the world is, your oyster pretty much. You're just finishing school. So I feel like that's why we have this, that there's so many options. There's so many things that you could do right now. So many ways that you could go. And if you get hung up on like the fantasy or the illusion of how cool it would be to move in with a person without allowing enough time, right, to get to know them properly and get to know yourself, right? When you're 18, that's the point in your life where you've been living with your parents this whole entire time, kind of doing what they want, what they think. You haven't had time to explore who you are and what you want to do. So you have to, carve out a little bit of time really to get to know yourself. And then it's not until you do that that you will learn who you are, what you want, what you stand for, and then you can decide how somebody else fits into that picture. So this card here, just these two together, this was telling me, I don't know, this one is saying hell no. This one is saying hell no, don't do it. And that's probably not what you were hoping for, but I have to tell you that. It feels like you would regret it. I'm going to read to you what the book says for this card. This is an angel number. I don't know if you're into that, but I'm telling you, this is card number 33. It says regret. I do believe in angel numbers. I do believe in angel numbers. All right. I'm going to read to you the affirmation for this card, okay? I am happy and whole in this moment now. I release the pain of the past and I embrace the joy before me. I am divinely blessed and highly favored. My life is bright and full of promise, and I know that today is the best day of my life. So it's saying maybe the past years, maybe growing up, maybe living under, under parents, rule or control has been difficult for you, but don't get out of one jail to get into another jail. That's what this is saying. You see the pool at the bottom? I feel like that's a pool of tears. So just be careful. Be careful and really think about that. That's what I have for you, my dear. And thank you for letting me read for you. Friends, if you're new here, please remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate you. It's really helpful. It really helps small channels. All right. So, okay. That was for Luvi. You're welcome, my dear. Take your time. You got all the time in the world to make those, those decisions. Okay. All right. And then the next person on the list was Michael Stevens. Michael, are you still here? Michael. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. PJJ coming in with the angel number 11111. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. PJ, if you have a question, let us know and we will bump you up on the list. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, Michael Stevens. Will I see my friend Anthony again? I miss him. Okay. Anthony, I think I'm going to let's use Metamuse. Will I see my friend again? I miss him. I know what that's like. Sometimes, and this might sound crazy, but I feel like sometimes I feel the loss of a friend stronger than breaking up with a person. I feel like it is so much harder to let go, because a friend is a person that you have like this like connection that is beyond the physical. So getting, like forgetting about a person when they like fall off the radar is like super, super hard. I don't know what happened between the two of you, Michael. But we have this card here. This is the six. Okay. This is the Six of Wands. And it's just odd. It's just odd because this is a card of usually of celebrating a victory or an accomplishment. So we need this is interesting because now we have the Five of Wands. And then I'm going to pull the final card. And then we'll jump over to PJJ because donations always get bumped to the top. All right. Michael, what I'm getting from this is that you both had this really amazing relationship, right? Friendship. And I can see that you missed that. But it seems like there was some kind of challenge, like something happened. And I don't know if it started with like competition or if it seems like there was a back and forth with something. There was a back and forth. Maybe it started out playful and then it got real. And there's this challenge. This is card number 5, and fives are connected with challenge. The final card that's coming up is Strength. And this is just like a message from Spirit saying, be strong, because know that you are exactly where you need to be right now. If there was a challenge here, then if it's meant to be, you will find a way to resolve it. And if it's not meant to be, you will find the strength to move on from it. Okay? And I'm going to pull out an oracle card for you for this reading. It definitely feels like it went like from a great situation to like terrible, and it might have been something that happened like really, really fast without you even like, it was like one day everything was fine and then the next day like it was crazy. So I'm gonna pull an oracle card for you. Oh, love. You definitely love this person. This person was very important in your life. But love together with that strength card makes me feel like you have to kind of love yourself more in this scenario. Because I don't know that the other person here's indecision. I feel like the other person is still on the fence, right? When there's a challenge like this one, the Five of Wands, you usually have more than one player. So if it's you and them, or maybe there's multiple people, like you're on one side of the equation thinking, what the hell, what's going on? But then on the other side of the equation, they're thinking the same exact thing. So I am getting that they are kind of on the fence. Look at how the tiger is like looking back and growling, kind of, but there's a butterfly there. So whatever happened, happened because it was meant to happen, right? I don't know if you could see this too, right? There is a crossroads here. Simple, I saw that. Thank you. There's a crossroads here, right? A path, a decision that needs to be taken, but there's indecision right now. We're not sure which way to go, one way or the other. So I would say for the time being, just continue to hold on to the love in your heart. Continue to take care of yourself. Know that whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Like I know that's very cliche, but there's a reason that people say that, right? What doesn't, end you, it's going to make you stronger. And this doesn't mean that you'll never see this person again, because we're getting like, the reason I know that is because it started out good, right? It's just there's this thing in the middle and there's indecision here. So I would say continue doing you, continue taking care of you and living your life and getting out there and hanging out maybe with other friends, and just continue on your healing journey. And if it is meant for you, it will work itself out. That's what I have for you, Michael. Hopefully that helps you, my friend. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for letting me read for you. Thank you for coming in. And thank you to all new friends that are coming into the chat. Please just remember, I don't know if it's this way or this way. I'll do it both ways just in case, because I don't know if the phone shows it in reverse or not in reverse. But please remember to like and subscribe. All right, so let me shuffle the deck, and then we're going to go to PJJJJ, who was awesome and sent super chat. Super chat. Okay, so PJJJJ, what do I do with my feelings for Richard? Okay, all right. All right, feelings for Richard. Yeah, I know you love the sign. All right, PJJJ. Oh, I thought it was 4Gs. PJJ. All right. I'm giving the decks a good shuffle because I want to make sure that... All right, Carolina, come back. Come back. I want to make sure that the right message comes out. What should I do with my feelings for Richard? Ooh. Whoa. Okay, PJJ. The two cards, they flipped over by themselves, okay? We have the card of walk away. Walk away. Walk, don't run, right? Run, don't walk. That message, that's what's coming up. You see the 8 cups there. Like 8 cups is a lot, but somehow it feels like something is missing. It wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't fulfilling. And it's time to walk away. That's what's coming up. And then the second card that came out is here. The 7 of Swords is a card of trickery and mischief. Look at how coy she's being. Like, all those swords are not hers. In fact, she has 5 in her hands and there's 2 on the ground. And if she could figure out a way to get all 7, she would. Look how she is balancing on the tip of that champagne bottle. Like, this is the card of trickery. This is a card of trickery. It could be a card of deceit. It usually means that something is going on in the background that you could be unaware of, and it's not good for you. So it doesn't surprise me to see that with this card here, 8 of Cups. It's time to walk away. It's time to walk away. And I'm going to grab my love oracle and pull out a card from here. Walk away. The feelings for PJJ. Feelings for Richard. Feelings for Richard. Jack of all, 357. Hey, how are you? Welcome in. If there are any friends in the chat that I haven't said hi to, I'm sorry. It's really hard because when I'm reading, I try to stay focused on the reading. And so sometimes I get a little disconnected from what's going on in the chat. But I'm happy you're here. Thanks for being here. And thanks for hanging out. Thanks for keeping it safe, happy, supportive. All right. I pulled an oracle card for you. Conflicted. Conflicted. And this could be you and this could be them, right? We're not really sure. And here's the key words: decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. So I feel like this is speaking about Richard, right? Richard could potentially have different options that you're not aware of. Okay, remember we had the card of trickery. He has choices, and that might be why you're getting that hot and cold. 1 minute they're there, they're present, they're interested. The next minute they could be a little bit dismissive. They're conflicted. There's something else going on. There's something else going on. PJ, let me know if you're still there, if this is making sense for you. Are you feeling some of this in your interactions with Richard? Are you still interacting with Richard? I'm going to give it a second in the chat because I feel like no other cards are coming out or presenting themselves. So I feel like I need more information from you. PJJ. PJJ. Let me know, because yes, thank you, butterfly. Yes. I have we have memberships on the channel. I have 3 tiers. The first tier is just kind of like a love and support. Like, I like the work that you're doing. Thank you for helping me. And, here, hopefully you can help some other people, along the way. And then I have a mid tier where you'll have access to our Discord channel where we hang out and talk. Now remember my content, right? My content is about growth. It's about learning. It's about development. And so that's what we do, right? We might talk about journaling questions. We might share readings that we've done. We might share synchronicities, angel numbers, different things like that. And then the top tier is we try to get a little bit deeper, deeper into the cards, deeper into study. And, it's been really cool working with the groups in these ways. So, are you doing readings? Yes, I am. I am doing readings. I missed you. Was it? No, not last week, the week before. I did the Clueless. I did the Clueless deck and it was so much fun. Oh my God, it was amazing. All right, PJJ, where did you go? PJJ is gone. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it at that then. I don't want to pull any additional cards without getting your feedback. But that's what I have for you. And if you end up coming back, just let me know. I know sometimes we have connection issues and we get, kicked out. Uh oh, that's so cute. Thank you. I don't understand like how jewels work. Like I've seen them on my channel, but I don't really know like how people get them and how it works and what do you do. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. All right, so Real, you get bumped to the top of the list, Real. Real Outdoor Living. Let's bump Real Outdoor Living to the top of the list. Let us know if you have a question and I will read for you. The next person on the list was Iliask, but whenever we have a donation, we bump those folks up to the top. And you know what that does? If you're in a rush and you don't have time, like for right now, there's a list, right? There's a long line. So if you come in and you want a reading and you don't have time to sit around and wait and you want to get bumped to the top of the list, that's the fastest way. So that's what's going on there. So yeah. Real, let us know what your question is and then we can read for you. All right. General reading. Okay. General reading. So I'm going to put that aside. This deck is amazing. I was missing this deck and I was like, I want to use it. It's been a while, but it's hard because I have a lot of decks. So I have to be very intentional with my decks and I have to try really, really hard, to, I don't know, to rotate them, right? So that I could use them because I don't want to have decks just to have decks. I want to have decks so I could use them. The reason that I added them was um, because I love the art or they spoke to me, so if I love something like that, I want to use them. And so using a deck, you know what that could mean? Getting it out and sitting there and just looking at the images and laughing. That could be using a deck. So but yeah, I definitely want to do that. All right, so we are doing a general reading for Real Outdoor Living. I believe that this is Mrs. Real Outdoor Living. Real Outdoor Living. Ah, Real Outdoor Living. Is Simple still here? Simple. It's Christa. Okay, Christa. Thank you. Thank you. I'm getting a deck out and just staring at the images. Yes, yes, that I love to do that too. I love to do that. Or here's the other thing. Sometimes when I feel anxious, believe it or not, taking a deck out and shuffling it helps me settle down. I really think I do have some kind of ADHD or something like that. Because when I like feel fidgety and I shuffle a deck, it helps me settle. It helps me settle my mind, and it helps me focus and listen better too, I find. Welcome back, Carolina. Welcome back. Carolina has a new video out where she's comparing some mini decks. That's on my list, on my to watch list. I haven't watched it yet, but I love me a little mini deck, so I think that's super cool. All right, general reading. General reading. What message can I have for Christa? Wow. So look, the first card that came out, the Queen of Wands, and I feel like this is you. I feel like this is your energy. So there's four queens in the deck, right? And there's one for each of the elements. And the Queen of Wands, Wands is connected to fire. That's why you see all that red in the background, right? But fire energy is like, if you're familiar with the chakra system, like that's your solar plexus. That's your seat of personal power, right? That's your creativity. That's where you find your passion, your inspiration to do things, your motivation. And this energy is usually very like charismatic, also very bold energy. And you don't have to chase people down. People just kind of come to you. I feel like you are this for your family, and not just for your family, but for your viewership, because you have a lovely channel. And hubby could have just managed the channel, right? But it became something different when you started joining in the videos and sharing your beautiful family with the community. And I feel like that is this Queen of Wands energy. So let's pull an additional card and see what else comes through. I love the old photography that is in, what they've done. These are collage decks. And what they've done is they've taken like really old black and white images, and then they collage them into fresh art. And it just gives it a completely different perspective. It's right here. Oh, the card of, so this is the Seven of Swords. Swords is connected to the element of air. And if you think about air, air is like communication, it's thought, it's like your mindset, it's how you view things. And usually the Seven of Swords is connected with trickery. But sevens is the number seven is a number that's connected with assessment, right? It could be assessing your current situation and kind of seeing what you need to do. It's like when you're working on a recipe in the kitchen, right? And you have all your ingredients in, and you stop for a moment to test it, right? You test it for flavor, you test it for spice level, you test it for salt, and then you decide if you need to make any tweaks, right? So that's kind of what I mean by assessment. So even though this is the card of trickery, in this case, I don't know that that's the message that's coming through. I kind of feel like you might be at a point right now where you're assessing things and you're trying to make decisions, and you're trying to see if the way that you're currently thinking about things is the right way, or if you need to tweak or modify things just a little bit. So let's pull out a final card for you and see what else comes through. Ooh, this is a difficult card. So we have the 10, the 10 of swords. And I just explained what swords are. Swords is that air element. 10 is the last number, right? So it's the end of something, which indicates that it's the beginning of something too, right? When something ends And this gives me the idea that it was something tough. It was something hard, right? If you're still going through it, it's coming to an end. And if it's already ended, then you can look forward to a new beginning. That's kind of what we see here with these cards. And this queen energy is telling me this is the energy that you need to pull in to transition from this to the new. I'm going to pull out an oracle card for you. A message for Christa. Christa has the queen, the 7, and the 10 right here. Wow! This is the third time tonight this card comes out. Hope. I feel like this is a beautiful way um, to close off this reading, that there's hope. And I just realized there's a little bit of nudity in this deck. So let me kind of like cover her up a little bit. I was just going to say, she's laying here and these 10 swords are in her, right? But obviously someone didn't just come and stab her 10 times, right? That's not the point of the card. The point of the card is, if you think about all these as a different thought, you're overwhelmed. You're tired. You're sick and tired of thinking about the same things, dealing with the same things, and you're at the point like, I'm at the end of my rope. I'm done. I'm ready to do something different. Like I cannot continue to keep thinking this way or keep moving this way. I gotta shift something. Something has got to change, right? So you could see in the background, what's there? The sun. The sun is rising. It's a new day. So that gives you that sentiment of hope, which is exactly the card here. There's something new coming for you that you'll be able to transition into, step into, where you're going to feel more in control. You're going to feel more like you're in your power and like you're doing things your way. Because perhaps right now it feels a little wishy-washy. You see here how she's kind of like, she's balancing. She's balancing on a toe. Okay. And it feels like that. It feels like at any moment now you could teeter to one way or to the other. So my message for you, friend, is hang in there, because relief is coming. And don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, because there's, hope is there. Hope is there. Hope is on the horizon, literally. Wow, what a strong reading. I feel like that's the first time I read for you too, Christa. Let me know. Let me know if that makes any kind of sense whatsoever. Oh my gosh, and thank you for that super. What is happening? Thank you, thank you. Oop. Thank you, thank you. Oh my God, Clint! How are you? All right, Millie, hi, how are you? Wait, am I missing? I haven't seen all of these people. What is going on? I missed it. Clint is here. I see Millie saying hi to Lucia, so Lucia must be here somewhere. Hey Stan, how are you? Hi, welcome in. Clint is another channel member. Thank you so much. Shout out to Clint, who has been hanging out with us, and thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Christa, let me know. Are you still here? Christa, let me know. Are you still here? Lucia, how are you? Okay, thank you so much. It was perfect. A whole lot going on. So yes, okay. And the fire. I'm a Leo. Woo-hoo-hoo! That's awesome. And this card doesn't have it. Well, it does. Usually the Queen of Wands has a cat right next to her. Almost every single card. She doesn't have a cat, but she has the Sphinx. So same energy. Whoa. And you can't see it in the card, but in the background, there's I feel like that is salamander energy back here, right? In spirit form. Oh, I love this so much. This was so good. The queen's cat. That's right. Meow. But don't piss off the queen. Her claws will come out. Oh my gosh. I'm happy to see you, Lucia. All right. So I'm gonna shuffle these cards back in. Thank you, Christa, for letting me read for you, and thank you for the donation. I appreciate that so much. I put a goal in the chat. I think it's the wrong. Well, yeah, I put a goal in the chat. I'm always like, well, I don't know if we'll make it, but we'll see. But thank you so much. All right, so. Michael Stevens. Okay, so Elias, I guess he left or she. Elias, I think that they left. He moved on. Is annoyed and timed him out. Okay. All right. And okay, so we just, oh my God, toward the close. You're so funny, Debs. Thank you for the close. I'm gem broke, so I sent supers. Oh, you gotta buy gems? I didn't know that. I feel like the gems are so fun. I keep seeing them, but I'm like, what does that mean? I'm such a fool sometimes. Hi, Indigo. We can put you on the list for sure. All right. So the next person was feeling a little bit anxious because we had some supers that came in, and then of course supers get bumped. So Debs, if you have a question, drop it in the chat. And while we're doing that, because any donations get bumped up to the top of the list. So while you're thinking about that, I will read for Theresa, Wounds to Wisdom. My question is, how is January going to unfold for me? All right. And, Angela May Hookings, hi, how are you? I didn't see you earlier. Chip, how are you, my friend? Oh my God, Chip, I didn't tell Desiree my big announcement. You want to tell her? You want to tell her? Chip! You guys, Chip invited me to his channel. I'm gonna be a guest on his channel. Yes, it's very exciting. Okay. I am, but my auntie with dementia just called. Can you go with the next person and come back to me? Okay. All right. I'll do that. Okay, then. So we're gonna hold on Theresa, and then New York Debs had a question. So New York Debs, what was your question? New York Debs. This is amazing. Cat Goddess, I see you in there. Desiree will get you in just a minute and she'll add you to the list. So, and everybody, thank you for coming in. If you're new here, please remember to like. That really helps us. And then if you feel like this resonates, if this is the kind of thing that you like, consider subscribing to the channel. All right, so we'll go to Debs because she gave a donation. My question is, am I alchemizing finally? Super chatter, super chatter. Let's ring the bell like at Taco Bell here. Ta! Ringing the bell for New York Debs. Like at who else is it that rings a bell when something happens? I can't remember. What? All right, Debs. We have a powerful reading for you, my friend. Oh, thank you, Christa. Thank you so much. She's going to add me to her next shout out. Me. Thank you. Trader Joe's rings the bell. Oh, do they? Oh, that's so awesome. We have a Trader Joe's, but it's kind of far, so it's not easy to get to. I didn't realize they did that. Oh, you were there today? Okay, Debs, here we go. So, the first card is the Prince of Cups. Okay, Prince of Cups. Do you see that image in the clouds in the background? Do you see it? It's so good. So, hold on a second because I want to get. I forget that this deck, this is, by the way, this is Metamuse Tarot. I love this deck. And this is a Thoth-based deck, which actually, um, Viviana and Desiree, they are channel members, and we're currently studying the Thoth deck together. So, I wanted to check because Prince, I feel like, hold on. Princess. First it's princess, then it's prince, then it's queen, and then king. Okay, so that's pretty standard. So this is like the knight. This is like the knight. And you can see, right? You see the image in the back here. I'll put it real close. Can you see that? Winged, that magnificent winged creature in the clouds. And we have the King of Knights. And you know not the king, we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is that energy that kind of wears their heart on their sleeve. They don't care, you know, about like, oh, I can't say this. They don't care about like guarding their tongue when it comes to feelings. They're just gonna say what it is, right? They're gonna say what it is. And I kind of feel like this has been you, Debs. I feel like you have been pretty vocal about sharing your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas, not just with the community, but also with your significant other. I know you're doing a lot of spiritual work, and I feel like this is the energy that you're bringing, right? Knights, they're actionary figures, like they're always taking a step forward. And I feel like this is you, right? If you could imagine that cup, like that's your heart. And you're just like, here I am. You know? Heart first, here I am on that big old cup. I'm here to share it with you. I want to share space. I want to do all these things. So that's the energy that you're bringing. And I feel like all of this work that you're doing is bringing this really fast moving energy, right? We have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands could be an incoming message. It's fast moving energy. And it usually means that the everything is emotion. Everything is emotion, and it's things are going to change or shift faster than what you realize. And don't be scared. We have the Tower card, right? And I feel like this might be the moment that you have been waiting for. I feel like this is you have been wanting transformational change, not just for you, but for your partner, so that you could both up level and grow together. And it's been difficult. It's been a long road for you, but this, I feel like this is happening. It's happening, and it's happening fast. And I feel like you're not the only one that gets it. I feel like he might be starting to get it too. I think he might be starting to get it too. So the crown is blowing off, and there's flames and all kinds of things going on. But I feel like in this case, it might have been you that ignited that lightning, that blast, and you're like, that's it, we're done. We're not doing this the same old way anymore. We're doing things different. That's kind of what I see here. Wow, wow, wow. Gorgeous message. The universe is cooperating and is changing, and he's surprised. Oh my God! See, I told you. I told you. Here, I'm gonna pull out an oracle card for you. I told you. Okay, let's pull out a card. Ooh. attachment, right? This could be speaking to that attachment to that tower, right? It's not easy. And it might be easier for you to shift than for him. So maybe this is just like a little, like, keep in mind that this adjustment will be a little bit tougher for him than it is for you. This is card number 2, and I'm going to tell you what it says in the booklet. Card number 2, attachments. It is within our nature to attach to that which surrounds us. We long to feel close and to be known, to be witnessed and to share life with another. It brings us safety and a sense of belonging, and it's necessary for our well-being. So to lose an attachment can be very difficult. It can be beyond words. For with it comes the longing of being known and feeling the feeling of homesickness when we do not find it. So I feel like this is just saying you may have to reassure him along the way that this is the right thing, that this is the right path, that you still love him and support him, and you plan to be by his side no matter what. That is my message for you, friend. Wow, wow, wow. He's a tough nut to crack. Tough nut to crack for sure. Oh my gosh, what an awesome reading for you. Oh, I'm so happy for you. That was amazing. That was amazing. Exactly what I'm going to do. I love it. I love it. Perfect. Thank you so much, Debs, for letting me read for you and for the super. I appreciate you. So, so cool. That was awesome. Metamuse, she doesn't let you down. She doesn't let you down. Carolina, tell him. Carolina, when was the last time you pulled out Metamuse? Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. All right, so next is okay. All right, so I think Theresa is back. Theresa, are you back? Or was that an old? I feel like it's been a minute. I know, I felt like that too. I felt like I kind of like that deck. Why haven't I used it? So let me put it back into the rotation. Okay, so wounds to wisdom. Okay, Millie, bye, and thank you for coming in. Sunshining Angela, I love that. That is such a good name. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. That's so amazing. You're back. I'm back like a heart attack. Ta-ta! That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's ring the bell. Okay, so how is January going to unfold for me? How is January going to unfold? Theresa, is your aim like growth and development or no? That's an odd question. I just don't know how else to phrase that. Like, is the reason that you're asking this because you are trying to implement something or is there something that you're working on for growth and development purposes and that's why you're asking? Or are you just asking, for other reasons? Growth and development. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to switch decks and use something different. We are going to use Outgrow Yourself and Iris. All right, beautiful. Thank you to all my friends that are hanging out. Thank you for being here. And if you can, please remember to click like on the video. That's really helpful. And okay. Ooh, that's a powerful message. Wow. Okay. So your question was like, how is January going to unfold, right? Like, you know what it says? You're already there. Enjoy. You're already there. Enjoy. X-Fay, I'm sorry, but that's kind of how it works, right? If you and I just said this when I started readings. If you're in a situation where you need your question answered right away, the most direct route is to make a donation so that you can get bumped to the top of the line. Otherwise, it's really difficult because there's a list and donations get bumped up to the top. And I know here it's 7:30, it's 2:30 a.m. where you are. So I'm sorry if we're keeping you from sleep, but I assure you that if you had made a donation, you would have been bumped and would have already been able to read for you. So I hope you sleep well, and hopefully you'll come back when you're well rested, and I can read for you then. Okay, so Theresa, you're already there. Enjoy. This is the Ace of Discs. The Ace of Discs is like the Ace of Pentacles. It's a new beginning, right? It's an opportunity, something that is being gifted to you by spirit. With the discs, right, that's connected to pentacles, it's connected to earth energy. So this could be a new opportunity. It could be related to work, to professional. It could also be related to the home. It could be related to finances. It could be related to family. Okay, there's something new. There's something new, and it's something that you've wanted and you've been waiting for. And it's basically saying you're already there. So enjoy this time, because this is it. You're in the moment. Okay. And then the oracle card that came out, someone soon. Someone soon. Lucia. So sweet. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you. Someone soon. So I'm gonna get the little booklet for the Iris Oracle. Um, I love this here because you see the hand. The hand is open and it's trusting that is coming in, and the little feather is just drifting in from spirit. You see that? Someone soon. So let me see. Someone soon. That was card number 43. I'm not sure if you, um, track numbers or angel numbers or anything like that, but this is card number 43. Someone soon. Even the most badass, independent, self-sufficient people get lonely. Being alone is good for recentering. If your heart is full and your desire is to share your life with someone, then you deserve that. You deserve that love. Put your order in for the love of your life or the love for now. And then keep focusing on your goals. Send out this little wish today and watch someone new flow into your life gently, like a feather coming from the sky. Now, I don't know if that's what this is involving, right? If it's like a person, but what this card is telling me is today's the day, right? Put your intention out there. And because they've used a feather, I almost want to be like, you might want to put something on maybe a leaf, right? And then go outside and just let it drift off. Let it float. Let your intention float out there. And remember, like, you're already there. So just relax and enjoy. This is you. This is your time is now. Your time is now, friend. Wow, wow. That is so beautiful. Aw. Angela, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me. Aw. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm going in the chat just to see. I will put my intention out there. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Awesome. How beautiful. Okay, so that was for Theresa, super chatter. Okay, my next super chatter, Lucia. And I want to take a minute, right? Because we have Lucia, she's a super chatter, and I also saw Angela. So her question will get bumped. So I have Lucia, I have Angela, and then after that is Voltaire, and then X Phase went to bed. Then I have Angela May Hookings. Izzy. Hi, Izzy. I didn't know that you were in here. Hi, how are you? I didn't see you. And then I have Cat Goddess, Indigo Blackhorn. So what I'm gonna say is um let's pause on readings until I get these caught up, because I want to make sure to try to read for as many people as possible. And yeah, anybody, Desiree, if there's anyone coming in that is oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, Indigo Blackthorn, you have a membership to the channel gifted to you by Viviana. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Oh, thank you so much. That's the support tier, the ally tier. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So that means that you have access to any member only videos, and you have access to all the special emojis that are in the chat. So awesome. Thank you, thank you. You're heading out, butterfly. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. All right. So, Desiree, so if anybody else is coming, like it's 7:38 right now. I would say if there's anyone that is coming in, let's wait until like have them come back at 8 o'clock, so that it gives me a chance to get caught up. Okay. Yes, yes, for sure, Butterfly. Thank you so much for helping with moderation tonight. I appreciate that. All right, so let me get back up here, Lucia. What energy should I work on bringing in for this week? Lucia, let me ask you, how do you feel like, do you want me to use Outgrow Yourself and Iris, or do you prefer the Metamuse and the collage decks? So do you prefer the collage decks, or do you prefer the Outgrow Yourself? Oh, Carolina. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I had to ring the bell. This is the bell for Lucia. Thank you, thank you. That is so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Metamuse. Okay, we'll do Metamuse for you. I'll put this one aside. All right. So, Metamuse, here we go. Okay, my beautiful peeps. Thank you guys so much. I adore you. I adore you. You know what I was just thinking, right? When you do good in the world, it manifests, right? It comes back to you tenfold. I really believe that. And earlier today, I wasn't alive. I was over on Foodie, Vicky's channel. Foodie's, shoot, what's her? Foodies. She does like the cruises, like that channel. And I sent her a super, right? I sent her a super. And I didn't think anything of it. I just, other people were sending her supers and I wanted her to feel special. So I sent a super. And then, like, it never dawned on me that, like, this would happen tonight. I set a goal and I have 9 out of 10 supers tonight. So thank you so much. Because uh, I feel extreme gratitude. Ooh. Mm. Lucia. I have to say, this Metamuse and that Cosmic Crossroads, they're kind of like made for each other. You ever saw that movie? MFEO. What is that? Made for each other. Guess that movie. Tell me, guess that movie. MFEO. Chip. Is Chip on the list? I didn't see Chip on the list. I'm waiting. Lucia, there it is. Oh. All right, Lucia. Lucia, where was your question? What energy should I work on bringing in this week? I feel like what you need to be working on this week is you. Okay? You. I'm going to tell you why. We have the strength card coming in. And this is a reminder for you, because I feel like sometimes we forget. Like, we get in situations and they get out of control, or they get out of hand, or we get overwhelmed, and we forget our own personal power, right? We forget that we're strong, that we're built to last. We forget that we're resilient, that we've been through some shit and we learned a lot, right? And because of that, we're able to stand on our own 2 feet and do the thing that we need to do. Okay? So I'm your friend, Lucia. I consider you a friend. And I'm telling you that this week has to be about you. You know why? You gotta fill your cup. Queen of Cups. You gotta fill your cup. Look at that beautiful queen. Oh my gosh! I told you I was studying the Thoth with Desiree and with Viviana. Look what's here. The ibis. You know that the ibis has been visiting me all week. This flock. This flock of ibis. I'm trying to work, minding my own business, and then I look to the side and there they are. Like 15 of them. They come and they hang out, and I don't even know what they're doing there. The ibis. The Queen of Cups is saying, take care of you. Take care of you. You've been through a lot of things. You learned a lot of lessons. And it may not have been easy, but it made you stronger. It made you stronger. You have what you need within you to do what you need to do. And I know that you're on a quest. You're on a quest. There are things that you want to get done. And you're like, okay, what's next on the list? You know what's next? You. Okay? That's my message for you, friend. And let's get an oracle card for you. Queen is water of water. Ooh. I think you dealt with something really, really heavy. We have this card here, betrayal, which is probably why you got this card. It's just a reminder. Yeah, you've been through some heavy, heavy things. Things that weren't easy, but it made you who you are today. Without those experiences, you would not be the Lucia that we have today. The Lucia that brings so much love and so much light into the community. Which, by the way, Des, do me a favor and drop her links in the chat because oh, you've already beat me to it. Look at that. Lucia is amazing, and I go to her channel a lot. She does readings by signs, right? So if you know, like, oh, I'm Aries, I want to go and see what Lucia has for Aries. She does wonderful, wonderful readings. But I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Sometimes when we are healers, we work on other people faster than we work on ourselves. So what this is saying is that, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, we achieved our goal. Wow. That's incredible. Thank you so, so much, Viviana. Yes. Yes. Oh, Lucia. Lucia. Thank you for the love and the energy that you bring to this community. And remember that in order to do this work that you're doing for other people, you have to make sure to take care of you. I think I said this earlier in the live, right? When the mask comes out in the airplane, you got to put the mask on yourself before you put it on somebody else because you have to take care of you. You do. So we have betrayal that came out. Let me see if there's anything in the deck, in the book. This is card number 4. Card number 4, betrayal. I'm going to read you the affirmation, okay? Betrayal does not define my worth. Betrayal is the result of other people's actions, not my own. The betrayal does not destroy the beauty that lives within my heart. Again, you're getting that heart, right? It does not destroy the beauty that is within my heart. The love that resides within me can never be put out, as my love is an eternal flame. Okay? Eternal flame. I am committed to living my life with an open heart. I mean, that's pretty clear to me. Oh, I love that so much for you. Oh, I love that so much. Hi, Laura. How are you? This is so on point. Thank you. Oh, that's amazing. I'm glad. Because, like I read cards all the time, right? Everybody does. But sometimes you need someone else to read for you. And it's good to know that we have people like that in our community. I feel like I would go to Desiree at any point in time and ask her for a reading. I would go to Lucia at any time and ask her, you know what, I have this situation going on. Can you help me out and do this reading? There's people like that, uh, you know, and it's nice to read for ourselves. But sometimes we can't because sometimes we're too close to the situation. So it's hard for us to look at things and you know and then keep our emotions separate from the reading. So it's nice to have somebody else that you could go to when you feel like, you know what, I feel like I need a little something, something. So thank you very, very much. I'll put this card back over here. Thank you for letting me read for you. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And then next, and next we have Sunshining Angela. Sunshining Angela. Beautiful. Put that there. All right, Angela. Did you want me to use the collage decks or did you want me to use the other decks? Let me know. Okay. Earring. All right. So, Angela, I would love a reading. I am single and open-minded, very open-minded. Get out of your comfort zone, try new things. Okay. All right, your choice. So we'll use, because of the nature of your question, we're going to use Metamuse. We're going to use Metamuse because this deck is cheeky, okay? She has opinions. She's, she's something else. She's a bit of a fiery little deck. So let's see what this one has to say. Single, ooh, too many. Too many. This reading is for Sunshine Angela. She's a super chatter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. Oh, we've been on for 111 minutes. 111 minutes. Awesome. So if person doesn't have a question, yes. Yes. That is for sure. Yes, we call those general. Oh. All right, my dear. So I'm feeling like it's a very specific message that's coming through. Hi, Jasmine. Welcome in. How are you? Okay. Very specific message. I feel like right now is a time for you before anybody else, right? Before anybody else. And I feel like if you do this, things will naturally just flow to you, okay? Reason that I say that is the card that has come out is the beautiful Empress. I mean, if ever there was a card of sensuality and stepping into your power as a woman, this is it, right? The Empress is connected to the planet Venus, right? If you follow what do you call mythology, this could be like the goddess Venus or the goddess Aphrodite, that kind of energy, right? And this energy says, this person is living their best life and they're soaking it all in. They're surrounded by beauty and love and abundance and all the things. And I feel like this person, this Empress energy, is a person who's comfortable in their own skin. Yes, of course Chip can get on the list. Of course Chip can get on the list. Okay, so this is the energy that I'm reading for you, Angela, because I feel like you said right here, you're single, you're open-minded, and it's time to get out of your comfort zone and try new things. Maybe those new things are things related to yourself, pushing yourself to do something that you haven't done for yourself. This card is so beautiful. So, so beautiful. And the reason that I tell you that I don't know if this is the time for you to, I feel like if you do this, you ever see those people? They just have good energy. You look at them and you think, I feel like we could be friends. Look at how happy that person looks. It's like they're glowing from the inside out, right? That's what happens when you step into this energy. You attract this energy to you, right? And and I feel like the time right now is for you because, and I'm going to cover this up because we could see a little bit of nudity on this card. So I'm going to use my little finger right here. I'm going to strategically place my finger here. We have the Four of Swords, and traditionally the Four of Swords is a card of rest. It's a card of taking a step back and you know, relaxing, giving your mind a break, giving yourself some time to nurture, to heal, and to support yourself in the way that you need. I really love that stained glass window in there. That always reminds me of a church, and when I think of a church, I think of a place of sanctuary, right? Your bedroom, that's you. That's your private space. That's your sanctuary. That's where the magic happens. That's where you recharge and recalibrate. So, um, this is the message that I'm getting for you. The other card that has come out, ironically, there's two fours. Okay, two fours. We have the Four of Cups. And it's like, usually this is the card of, being a little bit ambivalent to what is going on around you. But I kind of feel like you need to be right now. I kind of feel like this is the time for you to have gratitude for what you currently have in your life right now. Because I don't know if right now is the time for that cup. I feel like right now is the time for you to just, rest, take care of yourself, step into your power, step into your beauty, surround yourself with the things that make you feel beautiful from the inside out, right? It's not about external. But if there is something external that makes you feel beautiful, then go for it. Look at that flower crown. Oh, so, so beautiful. I feel like this moment in time is for you. And I'm going to pull out an oracle card. Chris, welcome back. I feel so odd doing the same thing. My inner child was giggling. Chris, I adore you. Ah, ooh, look at what came out. This is card number 41. Vision. I feel like you have a vision for yourself. You have a vision for yourself. How beautiful is that? And the butterflies, that's like transformative. And notice how this center, it almost seems like galactic, right? It's like connecting, maybe connecting with your higher self. I'm going to read the card for this. Vision. Card number 41. Carolina. Amazing readers. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Thank you. Thank you. Desiree and I definitely have like different reading styles, but I love reading with her. Oh, it's so good. We haven't read together in a while, Des. 41. 41 Vision. I feel like this is so powerful. Okay, look. Look what it says, Angela. It says, what we set with our mind's eye is known by the body and our essence to be true. Okay, this speaks to how powerful the mind is, how powerful thoughts are, even before the words are uttered from our mouth. It's born as a thought in our mind, and our mind has power. And your question was, I'm single and open-minded. This is telling me that you create the vision that you want manifested in your life. And you do that by stepping into this Empress energy, right? Visualize yourself as this Empress. How do you want to be treated? How do you want to be looked at, right? How do you want to be prioritized in another person's life? This is the time to start formulating those ideas, envisioning it in your mind. Perhaps when you're in, perhaps when you're in this meditative state of the Four of Swords, that is the perfect time to be thinking about what you want it to look like for you. Because all of us have different needs, different needs. I love how you said that you're open-minded, very open-minded. And then we have this, you know, gorgeous, naked person just laying in bed, living her best life, right? So, so good. So, let me see, where was I? Within the power of our daydreams, we can conquer some of the greatest obstacles. We must remove any conditions that we place on our hopes and dreams. These are our hopes and dreams. They should not be limited by conditions. Okay? This is the time to be expansive, right? Blue sky thinking. In a perfect world, what would that look like, right? Don't put limitations on that. No, do not put limitations on that. Because you know what it says? See ourselves receiving the desires now, just as we are, before we can be open to receiving them. So if you receive this card, it's time to build a new world where you realize what you have been hoping for. See yourself in your mind's eye as you are now receiving and accomplishing the things that you desire. Maybe you have thoughts that these things were unattainable for you, unless you were better in some way. But this is folly, right? In other words, this is bullshit. This is nonsense. You are worthy just as you are right now to receive every good thing. So practice your daydreams today. And it's suggesting a little bit of ritual work for you. So you'll want to use some incense. Of course, you'll need matches for that, paper and pen. So that suggests to me that you are doing, there's a name for that kind of writing. It's journaling. What is it called when you're journaling, but it's like manifesting? So you're writing in this journal as if it has already happened, because you want to rewire your brain. Oh, what a beautiful message for you. Let me know how that sits with you. Yeah, absolutely. Growth happens outside of our comfort zones. Sometimes we need to be pushed just a little bit. I love that so much. Let me know if that makes sense for you, friend. I'll take a sip. Awesome. Okay. That was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful reading. And then we have Walter. Walter was next. Desiree said that they're not answering. So this is the last call for you, Walter. I'll give you a minute while I shuffle my cards. And then if not, we're moving on to the next person. Last call. See, sometimes I pause readings because the list gets too long, and then people, they get upset waiting. But like I can't control these things, right? Like I want to take as long as I need to do the messages, and I don't want to be rushing from one person to another. So it's really hard. We have to be patient. Patience is hard. Yeah. Thank you, Desiree. Yeah, let's pause. Like, I don't want to end it because it's still early, and I don't have to be on Truth Wave, so I could go a little bit longer tonight, if my energy level is there. So yeah. All right. So then we're gonna then pass on Voltaire, and then Faze went to bed. Okay, and then after that was Angela May. Angela May Hookings. Angela May Hookings. Last call for Angela May Hookings. And then I'll shuffle the other deck while I wait. Okay. You're at the bottom of the list. But you know what, Indigo? Like, the list is, we're moving along now because now there's people that, that moved on. Angela May is not answering. Angela May, she comes in and out. So she might come back a little bit later. So we'll move on. Take a moment to recharge for you. Relax and have some water. That's a great idea. Let me take a sip. Okay, so then the next person was going to be Izzy. I put it here in case they come back, then they could see that, that they were, that they missed their turn. Okay, so that was the last call for Izzy. So after that is Cat Goddess, which I already know Cat Goddess is like present. What does my spirit guides and angels want me to know for the new moon in Capricorn? Oh, this is a powerful time too, coming up soon. Please and thank you. Okay. So I'm going to move on to Cat Goddess. And here we go. Here we go. I'm going to shuffle my deck. This is such a great little reader. I love the Metamuse. That is a great question. Because typically the new moon is a time where we want to set our intentions, right? Set our intentions and, it's a new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is the earth energy. And Capricorn is, I'm just learning about Capricorn, but Capricorn is very dedicated to their goals. Hi, Spring. Yes, we can add you to the list. It's been a little bit slow moving, but we can add you to the list. And then just so that you know, I'm reading for Cat Goddess right now. Then I have Indigo, and then I have Chip. So you're number 4 on the list. So it could possibly be about 20 minutes or so before I get to you, but we can put you on the list. Okay. Capricorn. Capricorn is all about the grind, goals, the mountain path. I remember that from my readings. Ooh, okay. I feel like, hey, Victor, how are you? It's good to see you. Okay, so this is for Cat Goddess. What does my spirit guides and angels want me to know for this new moon? I believe No, that's not true. I take it back. I was like, this is the first major arcana card, but it's not because we had the Empress earlier. Okay, so we have one major, one court card, and one ace. This is beautiful. So aces, that's tied to a new beginning, a blessing. This ace in particular, I feel like it's a gift from spirit. You could see the Holy Spirit actually at the top of the card here with the dove. And I don't know if you could see this here. Like, I know traditionally, like in the he's carrying the Holy Eucharist there and dropping it into the cup, and then the cup is overflowing, and you could see how beautiful the pond is and the beautiful lotus flowers that are coming up off of the lilies. So this card is definitely connected to a new beginning, and it's like a blessing, right? A blessing from spirit. So your question, what do your guides want you to know, right? What does spirit want you to know um for this new moon? It's going to be time for you to do something a little bit like something new, but also something that is going to kind of challenge you to learn and to grow. And we're getting the Queen of Pentacles coming up for you here. So this is really interesting. And I'm going to show you the card. It's really, really beautiful. When I look at this queen, first of all, it's connected to Pentacles, so that's earth energy. Earth, out of all the energies, is probably the slowest, right? So this is not an energy that's in a rush to do anything at all. But they're very caring, very loving. They're nurturers, I would say. And just something about, like, look at the look on her face. It's just, there's this power about her. There's this power about her. So you have Queen of Pentacles energy coming in. And I don't know if this is you, what you're usually like, or if this is an energy that you're being asked to step into. Maybe you're being asked to be a little bit more grounded in your practices, or maybe you're being asked to connect a little bit more with the earth, right? To release some stressors into, like, it's kind of hard right now because it's so freaking cold, but one of the things that I really, really love to do is to go barefoot into outside, right, into the ground, because I can literally feel the energy moving out of my body and into the ground. And so this could be any combination of those things. So you have the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Cups, so this new beginning, and I feel like there's this call for you to either learn or come to a deeper understanding on something that is currently going on in your life, because we have the Hierophant. And this isn't the traditional Hierophant, the Pope and all of that. We do see, like, obviously it's a structure, a building that looks very ornate. There's something magical about here. I don't know, like, when I travel, I love to go into different, like, cathedrals. I love the feeling because it feels like this place has been here before time, right? Like, it's just something really powerful. It feels special, and it feels like anything that you ask for in there is going to be heard. But with the Hierophant, you can see here the keys, right? The keys of knowledge. I feel like the Hierophant is asking you to do some deeper studies, or a deeper dive into something that you're currently being faced with that requires more attention. There's something. The Hierophant is number 5, and it's usually connected with the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, basically all the difficult cards in the minors, right? It's connected. Why? Because there's a learning opportunity. There's a learning opportunity for you. And it's the type of opportunity that provides a little bit of spiritual growth. We can see that the Hierophant is connected to Taurus. Taurus energy, so that you can see the little glyph right up here. And then I'm going to pause here for just a minute, and I'm going to pull out let me say this before I pull out the oracle card. Once I finished shuffling the cards and pulled out your cards, one flipped over. But I was like, I already have my cards. But I could not help but notice that the card that flipped over was Empress. So there's something to this Queen of Pentacles energy here, right? There's something about stepping into your power and embracing your softness is what I'm gonna say. Creating change, manifesting change does not always require physical um, action, right? Sometimes it's just being, the act of being. And I feel like in this particular case for you, that's a big part of this message. So let me pull out. If you're a person that is doing too many things, running a household, taking care of kids, managing finances, managing a career, trying to do, extracurricular stuff and all the things. Like if that is you, this might be suggesting that you need to take some time for yourself, okay? To connect with your softer side. Because that would be another reason why this Ace of Cups has shown up here. So I'm going to pull out an oracle card and see if we get any other confirmations. Ace of Cups. That card seems to be connected with, the pitchfork. Is that Neptune or Uranus? Okay. Ooh. Well, it just came out. I don't know if you saw that. You could probably see that it just came out. Surrender. And look at what's in her hand, the flaming heart. A lot of Ace of Cups have that flaming heart. You're being asked to surrender. And surrender is what I was talking about, right? There's a difference between being and taking action. Taking action is go, 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 do, do, do. Being is just, I'm just going to sit here for a moment. I'm just going to take in the moment. I'm just going to take this moment to rest, to take a deep breath, to give myself some quiet time. I feel like that's a big part of what you're being asked to do. Card number 39 is surrender. I surrender to the flow of the universe. I release any feelings of failure that surrounds me now. I trust that the divine has wonderful things awaiting for me. I feel hope within my heart at thoughts of the future. I am in awe of the beauty that I find here. Okay? And this particular yeah, I can take one more. Yeah, I can take one more. Thank you, Des, for checking. This particular card offers a suggestion for a ritual. It does not tell you what the ritual is because it allows you to create a ritual for yourself. You know what it says here? Eye mask. Okay. That to me is saying you may need some time to decompress, to relax, to sit quietly and give yourself some R&R, right? Eye mask, frequency music at 432 hertz. 432 hertz, okay? And crystals, if you're a crystal person, lace agate. Lace agate. And if you let's say that you are a crystal person, but you don't happen to have that one, right? You don't have the lace agate. You can do like a printout, a picture, and or sit with the image of what it looks like in your mind. Okay? So you can use that to create a ritual for yourself that's going to help you ease into, because I get the feeling that this might be something that's hard for you to do. So this will allow you to kind of ease into this Queen of Pentacles energy and just take some time to recharge. You see how the cup from the divine is filling the pond? I feel like this is what you need to do here. This is what you need to do here. So that is what I have. This could be something completely new and different for you, something you haven't done before, a practice that you're like, yeah, what's time for that? But we have to make time. We have to make time. I feel like in stillness, we have opportunity to slow down and listen, and that's where some of our best ideas come from. So that's what I have for you. Let me know if that makes any kind of sense. And while you do that, I'm going to shuffle these cards back in. And then while I'm waiting to hear from you, Indigo is my next person. And Indigo is a new channel member. Yay! Thank you, thank you. New channel member. Channel member. Oh, but that's so weird because then shouldn't she appear green she should appear green like Viviana. She should appear green. You're here. Indigo, do you have access to the emojis? I'm just curious because usually when you become a channel member, it changes you to green. All right. Thank you. It makes a lot of sense. Okay. All right, Cat Goddess. Well, thank you for letting me read for you. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Any friends? I think Trista came in and she said she was lurking, so thank you so much. So any friends, please remember to hit the like button. And if this type of thing resonates with you, consider subscribing. I don't know if you've been here a while or not, but you can see usually when I do readings, um, it gets pretty busy, right? It gets busy and the line gets long quickly. And so what I usually do is if someone makes a donation, they get bumped to the top of the line. So sometimes you might be waiting a while. So I would say if you're hoping for reading, it's always a good idea to come early and get on the list. And if you are in a situation where you can leave a donation, that way you get bumped up, and then I could read for you quicker because it gets frustrated. People get frustrated when they have to wait or when they think they're next and then a donation comes in and then they get bumped. And I get that, but it's just, it is what it is. Like, it's an energy exchange. So when someone takes the extra step of making that donation, then I want to honor that by bumping up their reading, right? It's just, I just feel like it's the right thing to do, for people. So, all right. So that is ready. And then I don't have a membership gifted. I gifted one. Oh, you gifted one. I thought you had. I thought Viviana gifted a membership earlier in the chat. I must be losing my mind. All right. I thought that maybe do you have to accept it? I thought it automatically just went. Okay. All right. So we're reading for um we're reading for Indigo. My intention is to stay single in 2026. Is this instinct correct, or is there romance for me this year? Okay. So I definitely feel like we need Metamuse for this reading. Hey, Judy, how are you? It's good to see you. It's been an exciting night. It's been an exciting night. All right. Okay. This is for Indigo. Indigo made a, kind of like a decision that they prefer to remain single. They prefer to remain single this year. Like, is that right or wrong? I feel like we get to decide that for ourselves. So let's see what the cards say. Let's see what the cards say. Oh. Okay, I've just pulled one card and I'm going to pause here because this is a major arcana card and I feel like this is the answer to your question. We have the Hermit. Believe it or not. We have the Hermit. Hermit is connected to Scorpio energy, and the Hermit card is suggesting exactly that this is a time to kind of pull back in and sit with yourself and maybe perhaps do some self-reflection, some spiritual growth, some learning before you kind of get back out there. So I feel like this confirms your decision, the Hermit card. And I'm going to pull out an oracle card for you as well. I cannot believe. Sometimes I myself am flabbergasted by the way that the cards, the way like the answers come out. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. We have delight. So yeah, this is double confirmation. Not only that you should be taking some time for yourself, but you should delight in that. You should revel in that. Find your own sparkle is what I'm seeing here. Because I definitely see that butterfly there. This is time for growth and transformation for yourself. And you can't be worried about other people right now. This is a time for you. So I definitely feel like you made the right call. And that's good, right? You're listening to your own gut. You're listening to your own gut. That's card number 13, by the way. Delight. I'm going to tell you real quick. Delight. This is the affirmation for this card, okay? I am an infinite being of pleasure and love. Ooh, that's so good. Here, I'm going to show you this. I am an infinite being of pleasure and love. I am connected to all that surrounds me. I am full of the knowledge of my senses, and I take time to indulge in them. I sink deep into the beauty of the world around me, and I let it envelop me whole. I let go of all control and float in a pool of ecstasy. That is so, so beautiful. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so Indigo says that the Oracle card answered something else that they have been thinking about. So you see, that just goes to show that sometimes you see it for yourself. Gorgeous. I love that. Love, love, love that. So thank you so much for letting me read for you, my friend. And you're welcome to come back anytime. Thank you so much for your patience, and it's very nice to meet you. Thank you for being a good sport and waiting. I know it was a long line there for a hot second, so I appreciate you. Carolina, I am. Yes, you are. I am. All right. So, okay, next is Chippy. Chippy, are you here? Chip. Because I know you'll be going to 50,000 live streams at the same time. Where are you? Chip. Chip, don't leave me hanging. All right, so Desiree, Chip invited me to be on his channel. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I cannot wait. He's here. He's playing PS5. Okay, do you want to know if you're going to win or lose? You want to know if you're going to win or lose the next game? Chip is. Did you set a date yet? I think so. I think we're going next week on Wednesday. Next week on Wednesday. You know, like I love Chip's channels too, but my favorite time to visit his channel is when he's playing video games. Because he's just hilarious. And it's usually not that many people are in there. And it's just easier to have a conversation and just chillax. So that is my favorite time. Oh, for real. Indigo. Chip is amazing. Chip is fantabulous. Okay. Now. All right. So 2K25. 2K25. Chippy wanted a general reading. You know, I think I remember the last time that I read for Chip. And you know what he said? He wanted a reading about his people. Like he's always thinking about other people. He wanted to know if the rest of his team, right, was going to be able to get monetized by the end of the year. I love this guy. All right. I asked him 20 times and he never answered. What did you ask him? I don't understand. I think he was kidding about getting cards. Chip, you said that one time. Chip, you said that one time, but maybe we misunderstood you. I don't know the deck that he wanted. He wanted a deck. All right, so we're going to pull cards. Oh, it's my pleasure, Judy. My pleasure, my pleasure. Oh. When we do generals, it's kind of hard because you never know what's going to come out. And what it's, we don't know what it is in reference to. And so it's like a chance to blind read and only the other person knows this. Chip, this feels like a love reading. I'm curious. It seems interesting. Chip, this feels like a love reading. I don't know. I'm going to tell you. We have the energy of the Queen of Swords. And this queen gets a bad rap sometimes, right? Because some people are like, oh, she's so cold-hearted and dear. But like the queen just doesn't mess around. She says what she needs to say and she doesn't care if she just doesn't care. Like she's not going to let emotions get in the way. If there's a job at hand that needs to be taken care of, she'll be like, this is what we need to do. You shouldn't have done this. You should have done that. And she's just very clear and direct in her communication without being worried about ruffling feathers. Okay. Notice how she's looking away from the sword, right? She relies on the sword. The sword, that's like the sword of truth. It cuts away the fog. Sometimes with people, they're like they're like in a fog or in a daze, and sometimes it's very difficult for them to see past that and to see clearly. That's not the issue with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords energy is gonna kind of like clear out all of the muck and gunk and allow you to see things clearly and say the things that you need to say, right? And I feel like this queen also like encourages people to connect with their voice, right? To connect with that throat chakra. And there's a big, for me, that's a huge call to really step into your power. You know, when you finally have that moment, when you're able to say the thing that you wanted to say at the moment that you wanted to say it, that feels so empowering, right? Like sometimes you have a situation, a disagreement, a discussion with someone, and then like they say something, it takes you off guard, and you're like frazzled, and then you say the first thing that comes to your mind, and what have you. Like then you get home and you replay it in your head. I should have said this, I should have said that, right? Like there's nothing more empowering than saying the thing that you wanted to say when you wanted to say it. So that is the energy that is coming up. The other card that has come up is the Lover's card. Now I know a lot of people like, oh, love, da da da, and maybe that is, you don't have to divulge that in this space. But for me, I feel like the Lovers is connected to a choice and a commitment. Okay, you can see the angel up above. Usually this is Angel Raphael up here. For some reason, this angel has red wings. That's okay. But and I don't know, do you notice the Lovers, who they are? They're so cool. It's the remember Tarzan and Jane from the black and white? And you can see the snake here, and you can see the apple on the other side, because of course, this card is that connection to like Adam and Eve, right? They made that choice. Eve made the choice. And usually in this card, you're going to see three figures, right? You're going to see one, two, three. Why? Because it's a choice that needs to be made, a commitment, right? A commitment that needs to be made. So I don't know if you're currently working on it. This doesn't have to be romantic. Like this could be working on a project. This could be something at work. This could be something that you're doing on the side, like side gig situation where uh it's time to make a decision on next steps, and it's a big one, right? The Lovers is a major arcana card, so this is a big choice. This isn't like, oh, what am I gonna have for lunch tomorrow? Like this is something bigger. And as a result of this choice, you may need to walk away from something, and that may not be that easy to walk away from, right? We have the Eight of Cups here. Eight of Cups usually indicates that, you worked hard over time and you have these 8 cups, but for some reason, it feels like one is missing. For some reason you feel like something is lacking, something is missing, like there's something more out there. So this definitely feels a little bit more predictive than I like, but I have to read it as I see it. So I don't know what's going on, and I don't know if you're at a point in your game where you could kind of pause and let me know if this makes sense to you. But that's what I have for you, Chip. Let me know. Hey, Mary Wins, welcome in. How are you? I know your name is Mary, but I just love your handle. So I always want to be like, hey, Mary Wins. I feel like I win when I call you Mary Wins. It makes sense. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. That's what I wanted to know. So I think I think I think you know what you need to do now. And you may have already known what you needed to do. This could just be a confirmation. Like I kind of thought, but I wasn't sure. But this could be that. All right. Oh, Sprinkle is here. Okay, so I just read for for Chippy, and next was Sprinkle. 777 angel number. Thank you, thank you. All right, Sprinkle. What's up with this Virgo I met? Oh my God, Virgos. Ooh. Okay. What's up with this Virgo I met? The hell? The first card just flipped over. What's up with this Virgo? I think I might need to take a sip. All right. Desiree has 7 placement stellium in Virgo. Virgos are super cool, right? But they kind of have like, each sign has good things about it and bad things about it, right? I wouldn't say bad. Things about it that are really admirable and things that need to be worked on. Let's say that. I'm so cool. Desiree is so cool. So, the energy in this reading is just a little bit chaotic, to be honest with you. I'm a Pisces with a Virgo moon and a Virgo rising. Oh. Okay, so I'm feeling like the energy in this reading is very chaotic. So I'm going to start, this is a little unusual, but I'm going to start with the center card. We have the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is like super fast moving energy. Things are happening. The ball is already in motion, okay? And things are happening. This could be an incoming message and it's going to be like quick. And this card is surrounded by 2 cards that, in my opinion, are opposites. Okay, so you have this card over here, which for me is like the card of you gotta be patient. You've done the work. Now it's time to wait so that you could finally reap what you sowed. Okay. And so we have the 7 of Pentacles. 7, the number 7, that's connected to assessment, right? It's time to assess your current situation and see, do you have weeds there? Is it good? Have you watered enough? Is it just time to kind of sit back? Like, did you do all the work and now it's just kind of time to watch it do its thing? So this is a period of assessing the current situation. That's on one side. But then on the other side, we have this card of conflict. And who knows what kind of chaos is going on around here. This is the 5 of Swords. Fives are a number that are connected to conflict, to challenges, okay? And then you have this guy here, and he's just triumphantly standing there with his sword. Ha ha! I won. This could be that person that got the final word. I don't know why people like that feel like they need to have the final word, right? This card, you know what this always makes me think of? This makes me think of like how far are you willing to take it? Like how important is it that you win this fight? What if you win this particular challenge but it causes you to lose the war? So this doesn't feel good. And the fact that it's kind of flanked right in the middle, like you have that fast moving energy in them. I almost kind of feel like one of these is you and the other one is him. So, Sprinkle, which one is you? Which one is you? We're about to find out. I'm going to pull oracle cards for these because I feel like one is you and one is him. And I'm going to use the Love Oracle as well. Okay. So we have this Seven of Pentacles. This is that card of kind of watch and wait, right? And the Oracle card that has come up with this is this beauty here called Beginnings. This is card number 3. Threes are tied to growth and to development, but growing isn't always easy, right? Sometimes we experience what is called growing pains. So you have this figure here that's kind of like waiting, and then you have this figure here that's at a beginning. It's like there's this, I'm ready to step through, I'm ready for my new beginning, but I feel like I'm waiting. That's kind of the energy that I'm reading here. On the other side, we have this conflict card. And then we have the card Cherish, which it feels weird, but what I think is going on here is this person cherishes their current situation. And I don't know that they feel like they could let that go. I don't know that they feel like they could let that go. They cherish whatever it is that is going on. It's like too good to let go of. Too good to let go of and worth fighting for. That's kind of the energy that I get from this card right here. Then the final oracle card that has come out from the Love Oracle is this one here, Withdrawn. And you can see that lonely tree out in the middle of this black and white landscape. It's winter, it's cold. Withdrawn, single, lonely, solitary. And it's not easy when you feel that way, because this kind of gives the idea that this is not what you want to feel, that you want to have that connection with other people, that you want to make yourself available. But you have to really think about who you're tying yourself to. Like, it has to make sense for both people. And sometimes it's really hard, right? Because we meet people that we're drawn to or attracted to, but they might not necessarily bring the right energy to the table. And then are you thinking like, is this what you're going to have to deal with for the rest of the relationship? And then with this card here, this almost could be like a warning, like don't go too fast. Like take time. Take time to assess where you're at right now, because if you move too quickly, you might find yourself in a situation that is difficult to get out of later. Let me know if that makes sense for you. Viviana's still hanging out in the chat. Sprinkle. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Look at Desiree giving everybody my astrological secrets. Aries sun and tropical, and Pisces sun and constellational. She loves to tell everybody that I'm a Pisces. Sometimes I think I am. I don't know. Let's ask Lucia. Can you do not Lucia, Lucia? Can you do a poll and let me know how many times I said that reading resonated? Aries compared to Pisces is probably going to be Pisces. I kind of see Elizabeth as a Pisces. That's funny. Okay, so Sprinkle says he has an Aquarius moon. That's funny because this card right here is tied to Aquarius. You see it? Right there. Yep. Don't cry, my friend, because you know what? Like sometimes we need to know this information before we make bigger choices or before we get too far into it. Like, do you want to be this one here having to walk away knowing that you lost something? You don't want to be that guy, right? You don't want to be that guy. hmm I'm an Aries, damn it. I'm an Aries. Feel my fire. There's my fire burning. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Venus square Pluto. I'm guessing that that's his chart. Okay. I know these cards are pretty cool. I feel like these two decks were meant to be, Judy. Those two cards were meant to be together. Key holding Lamb of God. What's meant to be will be. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Hi and welcome in. Aries and Mercury. Aries, Mercury. Mercury, Mercury, communication. Communication. So let me know, Sprinkle. This is probably not what you hoped to hear, but you asked, right? You asked, uh, what's up with this guy? This is what's up. I don't know if it's a guy or gal. What's up with this person? What's up with this Virgo character? This is what's up. Que será, será. That's right. That is right. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle the cards, and then that's one deck. It makes sense. Okay. You're welcome, my dear. And you're welcome to come back anytime. If it resonated, please remember to hit the like. And if you feel like you might want to come back, hit the subscribe button so that you get notified when I go live. I try to go live at least once a week. I do put out a lot of pre-recorded content, but I try to go live once a week, because I I really enjoy reading for others, and so this gives me the chance to do that. All right, I'm gonna put you there. Awesome. All right, so we just read for Sprinkle, and then the last person was Prachia Treya, but they're not here. Well, school. Prachia. Tarot videos. I do love, yeah. I like filming. Like that is my biggest passion are the pre-recorded videos, but I love reading for people, and I don't know that I realized that until I actually started to do it. And I actually started to do it because someone pushed me into it. It wasn't anything that I aspired to do myself. I was perfectly fine just doing live, pre-recorded uh pre-recorded videos. And then, you know, I read once and that was it. I was hooked. So that's what I'll say about that. It is so freaking cold here in Florida that my fingers are actually like little icicles. KH, hi, how are you? Hello and welcome. What do you got to do to get a reading? Well, you put your question in all caps, and then the moderator will let you know if we're still taking readings, which we are because we're at the end of our list. So I'm happy to do a final reading You could be my last reading for tonight if you would like. So, did you get your space heater? I thought about going into the garage, Desiree, to get it, but it's cold. It's even colder out there, so I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, Des. It was too cold. It was too cold. Yeah, so let me know what your question is, and then we can, it helps me decide what deck I want to use, and then we can go from there. I didn't get it. It's in the garage. It's very cold. It's very cold. My toes are freezing and I have 2 pairs of socks, like a regular sock and then a fluffy sock. The card is symbolism of the part of the man, the one walking away without the sword is leaving what is not what is best interests for the man, the one with the sword is fighting a losing battle. Yes, I would agree with that. Yeah. Okay, I'm curious about a career. Am I on the right path or will a different path emerge? Okay. Yeah, that's a perfect way to word it. So, career reading. We can totally do that. All right. I want to thank everybody that's come in to hang out for today. Friends, please remember to hit the like button. Thank you, and thank you so much. It was a really fun night. I made a goal tonight and I made my goal. I cannot believe it. That was so cool. It was a lot of fun. Trista, I'm running a negative 30 Celsius into in a bathing suit to get to an outdoor hot tub. Just be quick. Trista! Trista, oh my gosh. Trista, I was so mad. I wanted to be at your live last night so badly, but it's just so hard for me to stay up that late. So I missed it, but I'm going to watch it on the replay because I love the shows that you and Millie and Jimena do together. So I'm definitely watching the replay on that one. Oh my God. Okay. Prachya. Okay, Prachya, I'm reading for KH right now, and I could read for you after, but that's my last reading, so try to stay close by, okay? Because we asked for you, but you were gone. You were gone. All right, Prachya, career reading. Let's clear energy. How about that? Career reading. Energy readings. Ooh. I made a snow angel in a bikini last year when I was bored. Oh, that's hilarious. Your network is, that's okay. I understand. That happens. I said that earlier too. I was like, sometimes it's because people like lose connection and they don't realize. Yeah, it's okay. All right. So, career. Am I on the right path? Am I on the right path? Oh my God. Wait, I gotta switch decks. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta switch decks. As soon as you said that, I was like, no, I gotta use this one right here. This is Oracle of Many Paths. It literally has the word path in the title. So this is one of my newest decks and I'm obsessed with it. So we're gonna use this because it's awesome. We gotta use this one. So good. All right. So we're gonna see if you're on the right path or not. Is he on the right path? Is he on the right path? Ooh. Ooh. This deck is so amazing. This deck, I don't have very many decks that are where the artist is male. This is one. I love this guy's decks. Okay. This is the perfect deck for this question, okay? The first card, now this is it's an oracle deck and a tarot deck. So it functions as both, but there's no titles on the cards. They're numbered. I have the book though, so I can look at everything, but what I like to do is like a cold reading first just to see what the art is telling me, and then I'll go back to the guidebook to see if there's anything additional. So the first card that comes out is this one. I I know because this is card, do you see that? Card number 8. I know that this is the strength card. Okay? You can kind of see the form of the lion up here and the lemniscate. And this is like a reminder that it doesn't matter how long, how arduous this path is going to be, you're strong enough to do it. So I feel like you have what it takes to do it either way. So that's the first thing that I'm going to say. Now, this path that you're currently on, I feel like, do you see how many zigzags there are on this path? Like there's a fork here, and then it curves off. There's a dead end. Then it continues, and it's like, should I go here? Should I go there? Should I do this? Should I do that? I feel like this is just, it feels too hard. This feels too hard. That's my feeling on that card. And then the final card that we have is right over here. I mean, I don't even have to say it. You see what's going on. There's a path. It leads to this bridge that is less than safe. It's a safety hazard, actually. And I feel like what I'm getting here is that this is not gonna take you. This is not the straight and narrow, and this is, it's a dangerous path where you're at right now. Like it may not take you anywhere. After all of your hard work and effort, it might not take you where you hoped to go. That's what I'm getting from these cards, okay? Now, I already told you that the first one is strength. I know that because it's card number 8, okay? And I do have all of the majors memorized. But let's look at 51. 51. 51, the second card, that's the 2 of swords. And you kind of see that. Let me zoom in. You can see this figure right here. And they have 2 swords crossed right in front of them. You see that? So they're kind of like this. They have one sword in one hand, one sword in the other hand. The reason for that is it's 2 choices, right? You have option A here, option B here. Your hands are crossed. Why are they crossed? Because it's protecting what? Your heart space. So you're here. You need to make a choice. You need to make a choice. So that is card 51. The final card was 5-6. 5-6 is the 7 of Swords. Wow, wow, wow. The 7 of Swords is usually that card of trickery, the card of mischief. And I feel like in a work or in a career, this could be someone that maybe someone that takes credit for your work, or someone that doesn't recognize the value that you add, or someone that holds you back from growth or from promotion, someone that dumps work on you. Like, that's the kind of energy that I would say is 7 of Swords in a work reading. It doesn't feel good. So to me, I kind of feel like it might be in your best interest to, if there's a choice, if there's an option on the table right now, it might be in your best interest to choose the other option. That's the best that I could say with the limited information that I have. So let me know if that makes sense. I would totally go into the hot tub with you, Trista, in the cold, with my swimsuit, my glass of wine, and hang out. Okay, KH, are you here? Let me know if that reading makes sense for you. My gosh, I'm just love that I got to pull this deck out tonight. I love this deck. It's so good. Prachia, hi. Okay, I see your question. I'm just wrapping up for KH. I just want to make sure that they have a chance to provide feedback. Okay, it does, and that's honestly what I was kind of worried about, but I was trying to be optimistic. Okay. All right. Well, I wish you the best, and you're welcome to come back at any time. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. And please, if you remember, hit the sub button so that you can get reminded when I go live. And thank you so much for letting me read for you. I used the deck. It was so good. I love this deck. That's Oracle of Many Paths. And I feel like it's perfect for that. So look at that. It's perfect for career, too. Perfect for career. Perfect for everything. This deck is a good reader, man. Intuitive Insights, Tarot, and Guitar. Ooh, that's interesting. I love that. Actually, I'm feeling pretty good. So, yeah, we can put you on the list. And then we'll make that the final reading. Oh my gosh. I keep saying that. All right. So I'm reading for Prachia. And then after Prachia will be Intuitive Insights, Tarot, and Guitar. And then we'll call it a day. Because I'm getting hungry. I'm getting kind of hungry. Oh, you sent Jules. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome. All right. Prachia. Prachia wants to know if, where's Prachia? Does Natigia like me? Does Natigia like me? Okay. So that's a yes/no question, okay? I'm just letting you know. I'm sure you already know that. So let ma'am call me Prachi. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, Prachi. It's nice to meet you. And thank you for being here because I think it's very late. Are you in India? I think it's very late there. Or very early in the morning. Very early. All right, Prachi. Do they like Prachi? Do they like Prachi? All right. I pulled out a card that is giving me maybe vibes. Okay. So, Prachi, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this love oracle to help with the question. I'm going to pull a card for you and a card for them. All right. So, let me get a card for Prachi. Card for, oh, and then a card for the other person, for Nitigia. Card for Nitigia. A card for Nitigia. All right, Prachi, let me ask you a question. Is this person, Nitigia, like, did they express interest in you? They expressed interest in you? And you're curious, like, if they have good intentions? Is that what it is? That's kind of what I'm feeling from the cards. I just want to confirm with you that that is right. Let me know. I'll take a sip. Okay, Desiree. Prachi, let me know, because this is what I'm getting, right? The first card that I pull on in future we are a good partner. This is what you think? I'm curious, like, your question was, do they like you? So I'm curious how you got from do they like me to I think they're a good partner. All right, I'm going to tell you what I see in the cards, okay? So the first card that we got, was the Justice card. So immediately what I'm seeing are the scales and the sword of truth, right? It feels like because of the nature of your question, I felt like it could go one way, it could go another way, right? And so I decided to pull out 2 additional oracle cards so we can kind of get an idea of what is on this side and what is on the other side, and see if it's a balance, then there's a match. But if it's an imbalance, then there's not a match, okay? So the card that I pulled out for you is the card of depth, okay? And what this is letting me know is that you perhaps are looking for a relationship that provides depth. And there is nothing wrong with that, right? If we are going to emotionally invest time and energy in another person, we want it to be for a relationship that is going to go somewhere at some point in time, a relationship that has a little bit of substance. So here we have depth, awareness, importance, and value. So on your side, that's kind of what I see, that you are looking for that mix, okay? On the other side though, I don't see, oh, I think they're a good partner. On the other side, we got the card of chasing, which means either they're chasing you or you're going to end up having to chase after them. The keywords on this card are pursuit, right? Which that makes sense. The other one is resilience, which is true. When you work hard at something, you will eventually become more resilient. Night, Lucia. Thank you so much. But the middle word that I see here that is catching my eye is toxicity. And If you are a person that is looking for depth in a relationship, then the last thing that you want to do is get tangled up with someone. Look at that spider there, right? The last thing you want to do is get caught in somebody's web, their web of lies or whatever it is. You don't want to get tangled with that, and you don't want to be caught or stuck with someone who is going to end up being toxic for you. So that is kind of like the energy that I'm getting from these readings, is that, maybe they do like you, but that doesn't mean that they would be a good partner or a good match. And I'm going to pause there and you can tell me what your thoughts on there. Does that make sense for you? Because for me, if you're coming here and asking a tarot reader for a question like this, it means that inside your gut, you're already feeling like something is weird. And so now you're coming here and you're looking for external validation. But I think you already feel it inside that something is not right with this person. Can I trust him if I share something? I would say right now, just based off of what I'm seeing in these cards, I would say that might not be a good idea. Prachi, of course, you're your own person, right? You get to make, I'm lost myself emotionally. It's okay. You're your own person. You get to make your own choices. But hear what you're saying. Uh, I lost myself emotionally. So you might not want to, it's not so much can I trust him, but you want to be in control of your situation, your faculties, your emotions before you step into a relationship, because that is what could throw things off for you. The last thing you want to do, you know how if you're shopping for a home, they always tell you, like, don't pick the first house, right? And don't let the realtor know how much you love that first house, because then they're going to use that, right? They're going to use that against you. And so what I'm saying to you, Prachi, is don't divulge too much information. You want to retain just a little bit of privacy. Maybe keep your feelings a little bit closer to the vest until you get to know their intentions a little bit better, because right now it doesn't look very good. And if you divulge too much information up front, then they can use that to kind of pull you in and keep you there. You see what I'm saying? So I would say that you asked a yes no question with these cards. I'm going to say that probably no. I don't believe that this person would be a good fit for you at this point in time. So so that's what I have for you. And I know that's probably not what you wanted or what you hoped for, but that's what I'm seeing in the cards, okay? Thank you for letting me read for you. I wish you all the best. And when you feel like you've lost part of yourself emotionally or any kind of way, it's always a good idea to pause. Like, don't jump into the next situation, scenario, opportunity. Then, no, take some time to find yourself again and connect with yourself. You're welcome. And I wish you the best with that. All right. So let me shuffle these. And I think that brings us to the last reading for tonight. Wow, this is crazy. We've been on for a while. 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 hours. 3 hours. Okay. 3 hours. I'm going to put this over here. Ooh. And I'm going to shuffle these cards here. Here comes my love oracle deck coming in to save the day. It's funny because I have the deck and it hardly ever occurs to me to use it. But for this reading, this is perfect for these types of readings. So, yeah, follow your gut. Yeah, listen. You got to listen to yourself. Your gut already knows, because if not, you wouldn't have come here to ask for a reading. You would have just done it. I think you already know that something doesn't feel right. Okay. So, all right. So intuitive insights. I saw the question, the next 4 months. Is that the question? Are you looking for like what you could look forward to in the next few months? Let me know. Intuitive Insights Tarot and Guitar. That's a cool name. It's funny because earlier I watched a video and it was a tarot reader and she was talking about her partner, and she was saying how much she appreciates her partner because she's completely into tarot, and he's completely into guitars. And she said, even though he doesn't know anything about tarot and he doesn't like really care about tarot, when I talk to him about it, he listens. So when he talks to me about guitars and amps and all this other stuff, then I listen because it what helps our relationship. So I really love that. That stayed in my mind, and it's what I thought of when I saw your handle. What are the cards telling about the next 4 months? Okay. We'll read on the next 4 months. I feel like I need outgrow yourself for this. God, this deck shuffles so good. All right, Intuitive Insights, Tarot, and Guitar. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for letting me read for you. And we're going to pull out some cards and see what it's going to look like for you. Right off the bat, we have a Major Arcana card. So this is indicating to me that you could potentially right now be in some kind of like holding pattern. And maybe like, I don't know how long. Wow. I don't know how long you've been in this holding pattern, but this is what I'm seeing, right? We have the Hangman energy. And what the card actually says on this one is the grass is greener on the other side. And I like this because we always hear the grass isn't always greener on the other side, which is encouraging you to stay where you are versus trying something different. This is saying the grass is greener on the other side, but it's the Hangman. And the Hangman indicates that you're at a pause. You're at a time in your life where, like, you're not going one way, you're not going the other. I'm going to show you the card right here. We have the Hangman. This is the Outgrow Yourself tarot deck. And so we have this Hangman energy again. Like, I don't know how long this has been going on, but I do feel like in this energy, yes, it's a time for you to kind of self-reflect and get your bearings before you make any major life decisions. But what I find a lot of times with this Hangman card is that sometimes there is something that needs to be released before you can feel confident enough to move on to the next thing. So we have the Hangman. And the second card that we have here is the card of Valor, right? This is a thought-based deck. So we have the card of Valor, and it's saying, it's time to face your fear. And that makes sense because that could be why you're in this Hangman energy, because there is something that you might feel scared to do or apprehensive about, but this card is saying it's you gotta face it. You gotta face the fear. And you're a Pisces. Okay. So the final card that I am getting for you is change is imminently coming for you, right? So it's easier if you have your head in the game and you start preparing from now for that change. It's the death card, you know, and this card has a lot, like, it makes people feel a certain kind of way because, to be honest, most people don't enjoy change, right? Most people don't enjoy endings, letting something go to make space. But remember, I told you, the longer you sit here, the harder you make it for yourself. And you can see the key word on this card is bloom. No, blossom. The key word is blossom on this card. It's the death card and, major arcana. So you have two major arcanas. You have the hangman and you have the death card. And right in the middle of that is this, this card here saying you gotta face it. Whatever it is that's got you, stop dead in your tracks. You gotta face it so that you could move through, which of course is not gonna be easy, right? Change is never easy, but this is gonna bring you new opportunities to do what you really want to do, but you just can't do it right now at this moment. So I'm gonna pause there and let me know what your thoughts are while you do that. I'm gonna pull an oracle card to close out this reading. What message can I give to a person who is temporarily paused, motionless, unable to move, that has a big change ahead of them and is rightfully taking their time or hesitant? Interesting. We have this card here, laughing and crying. So it might be something that you're excited about, but at the same time brings you, you know, cause for tears. So this is card number 45. And I'm going to take a look in the guidebook. And this is what it tells. And this might be pertinent to this hangman energy, because it says, let it all out. Cry, laugh, scream if you need to. Let your body have the full release of all the things that have been cooped up in there. Though there are those of us who will hold on to things for years. And then when that one thing happens that makes us cry till our body is numb, it can clear out those spider webs. It may make you feel like a crazy person, but we all do it. And that is so true. A lot of times we hold on to things, when we don't release, that gets stored in our bodies energetically, right? This is why we have different pains or different things that manifest in our body, is because we're storing things in there that we shouldn't be storing or holding on to, that we should have released, right? But we held on to it for whatever reason, right? Maybe that was the best that we could do at that moment in time. But right now, what it's suggesting is it's time to let it go. Tears are very healing, right? And and it says here, cry, laugh, or scream if you have to, right? Sometimes just screaming is a most excellent way to release. So that's a lot. And I'll pause and see what your thoughts are, because I feel like this reading definitely went a very specific kind of way. So let me know. I'll take a sip of water. Let me know. Intuitive Insights, Tarot, and Guitar. This is a very powerful reading. It may be a lot. Forgiveness. That's possible. That's very possible. And remember, when you forgive someone, it's something that you're doing for yourself. You're not doing that for the other person, right? You're not doing that for the other person. I once went through a very powerful situation where I needed to do this exact same thing, forgiveness. And I wrote a letter detailing, explaining everything. And every time I tried to read that letter out loud to myself, I couldn't get through the letter. I would start crying. And so I would put the letter away. And then I would try back in a couple of days. And I did this for several months before I got to the point where I could read the whole letter from start to end without becoming emotional, and where I felt like I was being authentic to myself. And then and only then was I able to move on with my life. Because you see, when you forgive, it allows you to come out of this holding pattern and move forward with what you need for yourself. You're not doing it so that they could feel good about themselves. Who cares what they think? Like, this is about you. This is about what you need to do for yourself, right? And if that issue is forgiveness, you know, it might be something. Let me just use this as an example, right? This says face your fear. So this is just an example, has nothing to do with you. But like, let's say that something happened and now you hate this person, and you've held on to that hate for so long that now you've gotten to the point that if you were to release that, you almost feel like you lose part of yourself. You lose part of your identity. Like, I've been hating this person for so long that now I don't even know what to do with myself, right? This could be true of like a parent-child situation, where you're harboring these emotions inside of you and holding on to it for so long that without it, you don't even know who you are anymore. That's why this card is saying face your fear, because you are more than that. You have potential to be something even greater than what you are right now. And I'm just waiting to see if you have any other comments or question or response. But you know, if you just need time to sit with the message, that's fine too. You could always come back, to the replay after you've had time to sleep on it, and give it some thought with a clear mind, and see where you are, and then decide there. And this doesn't mean you have to drop everything and do everything right now, this moment. Like, this is not something easy, so of course this is not something that would happen from one day to the next. You're welcome. You are welcome, and thank you so much for letting me read for you, and for being here, and feel free to come back at any time. I'm happy to touch on it again, touch on the subject again in another couple of weeks or so, if you feel like you need that. So, woo, yeah, this was a very, very deep reading. So you've been lurking and you gotta go. I know it's almost time for Truth Wave. Okay, thank you, Victor, for hanging out, and thank you. What is pointing to a specific direction? Are you talking about the card, or is that a new question? Let me know. Is that a Thank you so much, Desiree and Viviana, my channel members. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for moderating. Thank you for your love and support and just everything. Ah, this was so good. All right, intuitive insights. Let me know the reading of the holding pattern, pointing to a specific direction. Really, what it's pointing to is mostly like internal work, right? It's time to let go of something that you've been holding on to for a really long time so that you could purge and start to move forward. So that's what I would say. I don't know that we could tell if it's pointing to a specific direction until that release takes place. That's kind of like the feeling that I'm getting with the cards. When I look at the cards like down like this, I feel like the death card is looking at the valor card and the valor card is looking at me. So that tells me that it's up to you. The choice is yours. I'm ready when you are. That's what this is telling me. Hi, Fisherman. Thanks for coming in. But we're actually wrapping up for the night because we've been on for a really long time. But I do appreciate you being here, and I'm happy to read for you next week. If you could remember to hit like and then subscribe, and that way you get the little notification when we go live, and then get on the list early because it gets very busy. It does get very busy with readings. So yeah. I'll just flip these cards. There we go. In all kinds of order. All right. Beautiful, beautiful reading. I think like before we go, let's just clear energy right quick. And I'm going to use this one here. Thank you, Desiree. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to everyone else that's been hanging out. I appreciate you. Shadow work. That's possible too. Yeah, for sure. That is possible too. There's great spreads that that you could use, that you could work on, that would be helpful for you to probe a little bit deeper, right, into the situation. But yeah, shadow work is great. I don't think that you have to wait until the dark half of the year to do it, although technically this is the dark half of the year. If you were going to do shadow work, now would be the time. So yeah, why not take advantage? And you think about it. Think about where we are in the wheel of the year, right? We're in the dark half of the year, and you want to release and get all of this out of your system before spring so that you could start fresh in the spring, right? That would be amazing. Oh, those emojis look so good. Oh, that's right. With the moon, there's a new moon in Capricorn coming up. So that would be a perfect time for you to set intentions, right? Set your intentions. And then when the full moon comes, that's, great for releasing. That's great for releasing. So, yeah, I think that would be great. That would be great. All right. All right, friends. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support, for your friendship, for everything. Ah, I love these. I love these sessions. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Bye.